Okay, here we have the canard Vapor. Typical Vapor reconfigured to fly backwards. The main change is that the rudder was turned around. In the canard configuration, the hinge point's on the leading edge. Tried to keep it looking original, so it would simply look like a Vapor flying backwards. So the elevator was rehinged. The hinge point was moved forward. Normally the hinge point's back here, and it doesn't have a problem clearing the fuselage as it pivots. I moved it up to here to make it a stable configuration. When it was hinged back here, it was divergent. It would try and fold up, fold down, since it's so flexible. But to do that, I had to lower it down. To have the clearance back here, you see clearance for the fuselage. And this is also a magnetic attachment, so if and when it crashes, it just pops off and pops back on. There's a little step on the control horn there that engages the feature there, and the magnet underneath. So, a little crash protection there. The receiver and battery, just slid them backward using the same mounts. Actually toward the nose to get the CG in the right place. CG is approximately at the leading edge, depending on what battery I use. So right now it's right at the leading edge. The flight you saw was right at the leading edge. I use anything from 4.8 gram 150 milliamp battery down to a 2.5 gram 70 milliamp battery. I have everything in between, whole selection of batteries. One notable change is the addition of a clear plastic sheet under the entire area under the wing and on the landing gear here. Little fillets around the landing gear. Had to have the vertical surface area in the back to offset the rudder in the front. Normally this would be a destabilizing configuration with the rudder in the front. So I had to have the plastic vertical surface in the back to stabilize it. Let's see, the prop is a normal prop, GWS or something like that. Just flipped it around and plugged the motor in backwards so it would spin the correct direction for this configuration. Wing post is held on just with an airline T fitting. The motor's mounted with a carbon tube that slips over the fuselage tube. Gearbox glued to the motor, and with heat shrink holding it all together. And then the carbon tube's just slid over the fuselage stick. Landing gear is gusseted, tack glued in place, and the plastic fillets are actually structural. They offer some support there because I separated the wing post from the landing gear and the motor mount. That's so I could move the wing another ½ inch or so aft to help me get the CG in the right place. So moving the wing back helped me, gave me a longer moment arm in the front. So it just barely fits in there. The wing mount.
We're in the garage. Dad, come back. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
And that's that.